Hi, Mark here. It is Friday, December the 5th, just after 10 a.m. Eastern. That's just after 3 p.m. GMT. Well into the US session. Let's have a look at the US dollar's performance. I'm on the US dollar index, small red candlestick, but not much, not very far from where we started the day. I've got support at 98.46. I've got resistance at 98.70. You see the wick under the body. So US dollar index was sold off initially and then bounced up off this support area, which you can see has been a strong support area and guarded by the buyers. Same thing today, bounced up off the support level and now sitting at 98.61. US dollar is looking to fight its way back on the last day of the week. Buyers will be looking up at this 98.70, same high as yesterday, perhaps looking to see if they can test this level and break higher today. Sellers, of course, will be looking for what we saw earlier, red candlestick, and come down to this support level. So weak US dollar to start and fighting its way back on the index. Let's have a look at the majors, starting with the euro. And there you see that same pattern as the index. Started off higher, the euro against the US. That's weak US dollar, full green candlestick. There's the wickets left behind. That is the US dollar fighting back, selling euro, buying US. And now pretty much back where it started. That is testing support at 116.40 and resistance sitting at 116.71. US dollar strength, if the US dollar can fight back, will look to test and break below this support level. A continuation of euro strength, dollar weakness will be looking back up at this resistance level. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. US dollar hasn't fought back as strongly against the pound. Green candlestick, that's buying pound, selling US dollar, was higher all the way up to resistance at 133.63. I've got support at 133.20, roughly a 40 pip range. Buyers of US, sellers of US will look to retest this resistance level. If the US dollar can fight back against the pound, sellers of pound, buyers of US will be looking down at this 133.20 support level. Let's have a look at the US yen. And here clearly we can see US dollar fighting back. It was originally sold off. You can see the wick behind. So that was a solid red candlestick that's selling US, buying yen, all the way down to support at 154.32. This wick left behind, that's buying US dollar, selling yen. That's the US fighting back and testing and looking to test right now this intraday resistance at 105.26. We'll see if buyers can break above this level, maintain at this level, perhaps even higher. What buyers will be looking to do is take out yesterday's high, sitting at 155.55. But certainly US dollar is fighting its way back against the yen as we're getting into the US session. And then the US dollar against the Canadian. Wow, certainly the outlier, as we've seen pretty much this week, not really in tune with the rest of the majors against the US. Here we're seeing strong Canadian, selling US, buying Canadian. I've got resistance at 139.59. I've got support at 138.70. That's about 90 pips. That's more than the average true range. Usually, I don't know how much more that can go. And this is based on strong data that was released. That's Canadian job numbers, and the employment change was a positive number. The expected a negative number. The unemployment rate went down from 7% to 6.5%. So the job numbers are the reason for the fundamentals behind this strong push lower of selling US dollar, buying Canadian. If the US dollar is going to fight its way back, certainly lots of room to to fight back from this support here at 138.70. I've got resistance at 139.59. So strong Canadian to start, weak US dollar. US dollar as yet has not fought back against the Canadian. Certainly US dollar we're seeing fighting its way back against. We saw it on the index, the euro, lesser on the pound, and certainly fighting its way back against the yen. We're sitting at our support resistance levels, which we have in place, whether we're looking for a continuation of the dollar fight back, dollar fighting its way back from a weak start, or if US is not able to maintain and we see back to dollar weakness, we have our levels to work with. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day session.